Just a continuing event. Yo, sir. Okay. Oh, okay.
Wherever you...
Is this your way of asking me out?
Go, Miranda, go! My turn? Mind if I join?
Human life falls to oblivion, throwing the world into turmoil. New life has been created, a cruel distortion of all things sacred. Merely judges descend from the sky. Do not resist with thy feeble human strength. The end is nigh, God. Guide these foolish mortals to their reckoning. Life was ordinary. The lazy days I spent with Mom and Dad. I can still remember them perfectly. Gathering at the dinner table every evening to talk about a day. All of us lounging around, cozily watching TV together. A quiet life, little conversations we've had before we're falling asleep. Dad, I'm back. Have you had dinner? Haven't had mine yet. Mind if I eat here? I packed some food. Nothing special happened today. I got off school, but ran a quick errand. Came straight here after. Mom's doing the same as always. I guess work's been keeping her busy. She said she'd be back late again tonight. Shall we watch some TV? And now, our next story. A string of disappearances has recently taken place within the Ark. This has prompted a growing movement among citizens criticizing the central government's handling of the situation. Pretty unsettling, huh? That's all the news has been reporting lately. With all the disappearances happening, there have been all kinds of rumors swirling about. Some say people have been abducted and used as test subjects for biological experiments. Or that there are corrupted Nikkes running around wreaking havoc. Don't you think both scenarios sound kinda ridiculous? See, you think it's nonsense too, right? I mean, it does seem odd. How can anyone be carrying out biological experiments in a place as safe as the Ark? And if Nikkes really have gone rogue, surely she would have been caught and been on the news by now? Don't you think I'm right? Please say I'm right. Please, say something. Don't just lie there. Dad, ever since you got her on the surface, Mom's been acting weird. At first, she started mumbling weird things. Scribbling strange red eyes all over the walls of the house. Now she barely comes home. All she ever does is work at the center. I have no idea if she's been eating, or she's getting any sleep. I don't know anything anymore. Compared to the old days, everything's different now. Everything. I'm so sorry. I know I promised I wouldn't complain in front of you, but tomorrow I'm going to visit the center where Mom works. I'm worried about her. Maybe I should bring her something to eat. Things can't go on like this. Anyway, sweet dreams. I'll drop by again. Counseling hours. Weekdays. 9 to 20. Weekends closed. Huh? Has she always had weekends off? And why did she come into work today? Mom? I'm coming in, okay? No one's here. I guess I'll just leave the lunch pot. The end. Nye. Guide. Foolish mortals. What's that sound? Sound appears to be coming from behind the bookshelf. One of the bookshelves is slightly out of place, leaving a narrow gap. Through the gap, a stairway stretches far down, leading underground. Mom, are you in there? Judges, descend. The skies. Do not resist. Human strength. In front of the altar where a rapture statue is enshrined, a group of people are fervently murmuring a prayer. And, Mom, in the middle of it was the Apara's mama.
Enemy sighted!
I've got to reload. Cover me. Reloading.
Hold on a moment. Target eliminated. I'm glad you're safe. Mission complete.
That day, I tore through Mum's room in panic. Every wall was covered from top to bottom in red eyes, all of them staring at the same spot. The spot where uncovered a rapture core, along with some recordings about the torch of salvation. Human life falls into oblivion, throwing the world into turmoil. New life has been created, a cruel distortion of all things sacred. Merciless judges, raptures descend from the skies. The end is nigh. Fear not. Stand before the judge and reveal yourself. The surface is the altar of God. Death is the path to salvation. Embrace the end. Beneath the flames of judgment, the torch of salvation shall be kindled. As I began to realize what Mom has gotten herself into, I finally understood what those red eyes at home were meant to represent. A chill ran down my spine. Even then, I couldn't turn to anyone for help. Revealing anything about the torch of salvation could result in Mom being captured and punished. I'm back. I don't think I can stomach anything today, so I came empty-handed. Oh, that's okay. Oh, did you see the news? They say they found rapture parts in the home of one of the missing families. So freaky, rapture parts of all things. You know, people keep going missing. People who I used to see in the counseling center, I mean. Dad, I'm scared. If this keeps up, Mum might disappear too. What if I'm left all alone? Sorry, I am being weak. For the time being, I don't think I can come here. I think I have to be away for a bit. I'm worried about Mum. I can't just sit by and do nothing. Please pray that everything will turn out okay. I'll be back. Next time, I'll come with Mum. I promise. Don't think I'll be able to keep that promise, Dad. The cult leader who started the Torch of Salvation turned out to be Mum. I didn't catch all the details, but they said they intend on using a virus to purify the Ark. They say death is the path to salvation. Don't worry. I'll do whatever it takes. I'll find a way to atone for what my mother has done. That was the final entry in Diapara's journal. You said your colleague followed Diapara all the way here, right? Then we've got to find him. Both Diapara and your colleague, and everyone else who's gone missing. For a few moments, Query stares at the journal Claire's been reading out loud from, then finally speaks up. Yes, absolutely. After that, we need to make sure they'll never be able to do this again. I'm sick of watching viruses rob people of what precious of them. Do you think we can really handle this on our own? Come on, Query. I believe in you. Are you saying you don't have faith in me? What? No, I didn't mean it like that. Okay, let's give it a try. It's also my duty as a police officer. Yes, that's the spirit. I think I like that confidence. Anyway, I'm starting to get worried. I've heard a peep from Jill since she went after Miranda. I don't think there's anything else to investigate here. Shall we head over there now?
Enemy sighted! Find cover!
Target down.
Hold on. Let's get this party started!
Nice work. When I get back, whew, I'm heading straight for the shower.
Inside a secret room deep within the annex. Jill and Miranda froze in the lab, their eyes fixed on a monitor. You two okay? Why are you just standing there like that? Huh? It's hard to explain, but is it just me or does this room look kind of red? Claire. Probably better if you don't look. Why? Just trust me. Claire averts her eyes from the corpses and turns to the monitor. An experiment log recorded by a researcher is displayed on the screen. Holy elixir of the judge. 6 trial rich results. Engineered using the same methodology employed in developing Umbrella Corporation's T-virus. Modification of the holy elixir obtained from the body of the judge located at coordinates RAC 10.10. Successful development of the neovirus. When injected into the organic tissue, the neovirus initiates gene reconstructing. Notable improvements in physical strength and regenerative abilities were observed. Shows potential to temporarily stand against Nikke's, the new humanity who oppose the divine. The following video compares the effects of varying dosage levels. Claire touches the screen and a video begins to play. On the dark screen, ah! Ah! Blood-curdling screams ring out. Figures can be seen withering and convulsing, their entire bodies contorting. Some, desperate to relieve the agonizing pain, scratch at their faces with such ferocity that the skin tears off. Miranda, absorbed in the video, suddenly clings tightly to Jill's arm. Jill trembles, her face contorting in fury. The higher dosage, the higher the increase in physical and regenerative abilities. However, genetic mutation occurs too rapidly, ultimately causing the body to break down. The virus exhibits signs inductive of seeking hosts. Additionally, regardless of dosage, all test subjects exhibit significant cognitive decline. Could this be effectively used in future plans? Future plans? Jill silently taps at the monitor, opening a new window. Project Reborn Evil. Human life falls into oblivion, throwing the world into turmoil. The new life, Nikke, has been created, a cruel distortion of all things sacred. In order for the Judge to guide humanity to its reckoning, we, the Torch of Salvation, have initiated Project Reborn Evil. The Neovirus will be widely disseminated throughout the Ark. Amidst the ensuing chaos, the Judge shall lead into the Ark. Once humanity is offered to the Judge, the evil is purified. Project Reborn Evil will be deemed complete. Evil shall be purified through the reckoning. God, guide these foolish mortals to their reckoning. Until evil is purified. 10 is that date. 10:00:03, 10:00:02, 10:00:01. Damn it. Jill, does it say anything about how to shut down this project? Jill, does it say anything about how to shut this project down? These are the only records left. But Jill points to a corner of the lab. After reviewing the Project Reborn file, a hidden passage opened up. In the direction Jill was pointing to, a passage leading to deeper underground has been revealed.
Let's get this show on the road!
One sec. I need you to take. Hold on.
Let's get this party started! We won! We actually won!
Death is not the end. Death is purification. Purification of this world begins with death. The merciless judges descend. I was happy. The lazy days I spent with my husband and my daughter. I can still remember them perfectly. Gathering at the dinner table every evening to talk about our day. All of us lounging around cozily watching TV together. The quiet little conversations we had before falling asleep. The patient's vital signs are stable. Unfortunately, he remains unconscious for reasons that are still undetermined. At this stage, we can only continue to monitor his condition. May I ask what really happened on the surface? From what I've heard, he had an encounter with a Lord-class rapture. Thankfully, the Nikkes who were recovered didn't suffer any brain damage. They'll be able to return to the battlefield once they are given new bodies. As for your husband, I can't say for sure. A man named Miles Carter came to the surface, a dissenter. He used to be a commander. After all the horrifying things he experienced on the surface, he now suffers from PTSD. He's been drowning himself in alcohol for years now. Did you endure such horrific experiences too? Is that why you're refusing to open your eyes? You know, the Nikkes who went up to the surface with you, they are returning to the battlefield today. So why aren't you... I have to go. Sweet dreams. Elsaria 9. I've been waiting for you. Huh? Me? Who might you be? If you're planning on visiting the center... Here, take this. Your husband asked me to deliver it. What's this? The eyes of the judge are the torch of salvation. Human life, the world into turmoil. New life, a cruel distortion. Merciless judge descends on the skies. The end is, fear not. Reveal yourself. Can't make out the rest. Thick black lines obscure parts of the text. Eventually, they go on to fill the entire page. I turn the next page. Countless eyes stare at me from the pages. Between the crimson eyes, faintly inscribed, words can be seen. Fear not. Stand before the judge and reveal yourself. The surface is the altar of God. Death is the path to salvation. Death is the path to salvation. Death is salvation. Death. Salvation. Death is the path that leads to salvation. Death is the true path to salvation. Embrace the end. Beneath the flames of judgment, the torch of salvation shall be kindled. Go on ahead and wait for us. Dear Para and I will follow. We are returning to the happy days he once had. New revelation. Holy elixir discovered. Whoa, okay. Rack 10-1. 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 Reborn. Live. Alyssa, Mia, Viola, Evan, Kalo, Marco. They ascended to the surface and received salvation from the judges. Miles Carter, Lucas, Emily Cole, Iris Monroe. They consumed the holy elixir of the judge and will be reborn as greater beings. Elsira 9, Deepara. Through the holy elixir of the judge, the Neo virus. They aim to purify the evil within the Ark, and therefore receive salvation from the judge. Holy, a traitor hidden within the order. A new breed of human that defiles the natural order, intended as a sacrifice offering before the sacred purification ritual. Currently reflecting on her sins in the reformation chamber beneath the altar. Embrace the end. Beneath the flames of judgment, the torch of salvation shall be kindled. With that, the cult leader's journal comes to an end. Oh, well. My head is spinning. These are ramblings of someone deeply involved in a cult. Of course, any human would get dizzy reading this. Dee lets out a sigh without me noticing. She had quietly come over to read the journal. Have you contacted the higher-ups? Yes. Blaze Out Squad is due to arrive in 2 hours. And until then, will you lay around a bit? No. We need to resolve whatever problems we can, then get out of here. Unless you want to go down in flames along with the mansion. Sounds like fun. I say we resolve as many issues as we can, then get out of here before this place burns down. This is our plan going forward. Now, first things first. Let's find this reformation chamber where Polly's been held.
Subduing target.
Reloading. One sec. I need you to take point for a moment.
Reload.
This ends here.
Let's get this party actually won!
Hold on, the mansion's going up in flames. What are you talking about? I thought we've discussed this. This is the Ark's protocol for dealing with outbreaks. So their idea of an epidemic response plan is to burn everything down. It's not just this place, am I right? You are. They will torch all of the residents around the mansion as well. If they deem the situation to be critical, they might even reduce the entire Outer Rim into ashes to stop the disease from reaching the Ark. What? But what about the people living in the Outer Rim? Deserato, don't be so naive. Between the Ark and the Outer Rim, you already know which one the central government will prioritize. Besides, surely you understand how dangerous a contagious disease would be in a closed space like the Ark. The central government will go through the best option available to them, as they always do. This isn't the best option. They're just taking the easy way out, sacrificing a few to save many. Exactly. That's precisely why the central government sees this as the best option. A tale as old as time. Going with whatever most convenient. What if we put a stop to whatever the Torch of Salvation is up to? Will Blaze Out still intervene then? Only if we can prove that there's no risk the Neovirus is spreading any further. I doubt they would intentionally stir trouble. You said Blaze Out's scheduled to arrive in 2 hours. That's right. And we still got time. Let's reassess our next move. G, Ada, what do you think we should do? I need your input to describe our next course of action. Okay, let's start with that. I'm fine with whatever. As long as we honor our deal, I'm game. G. My stance hasn't changed. I say we resolve as many issues we can, then get out of here before this place burns down. This can be our course of action from here on out. So you're taking the easy way out too? You can't be serious. Since entering the Outer Rim and our way to the mansion, we didn't encounter a single mutated creature or infected person. That means the virus hasn't been spread beyond the mansion yet. So we have a chance to prove, but the Neo virus won't spread any further. Haha, that's a spirit. I say we should resolve as many issues as possible. Alright, first we rescue Polly, then we find a way to deal with this Neo virus situation. Now where do we start looking? According to the journals, Polly's reflection on her sins in the Reformation chamber beneath the altar. If she hasn't been sacrificed yet, that's where she's been held. There's gotta be a passage to the Reformation chamber somewhere here. Somewhere here, huh? We need to find whatever opens this secret passage, right? Yes. Are you just gonna stand there all day, Ada? Of course not. Our deal is still on. But I must say, I'm surprised. Had I pegged you as a puppet who mindlessly followed orders, I had pegged you as a puppet who mindlessly followed orders. Not a chance. Let's cut the chit-chat and find that passage. Right away. Apologies.
We've got no other choice.
Let's get this party started! Well, that was easy.
As we search for second floor of the mansion, Ada calls us from front of the altar. Among bowls, blades, and ornaments of unknown purpose lies a rapture corp, glowing red, looking as ominous as ever. Looks pretty suspicious to me, don't you think? You're definitely right about that. It's extremely odd for a rapture core to be sitting here like this. See, look over there. He stares silently alter for a moment before finally speaking. Nice find. Just forget the core. Focus on what's around it. Around it. Promptly as these words, I glanced back at the altar again. The rapture core. The bowls and blades. And the candles faintly illuminating the area. Every so often, a cold breeze swept through, and the candle's flames flicker. The trails of smoke drifting towards the platform behind the altar. Huh? Upon closer inspection, the smoke is being drawn into a narrow crack in the platform. I knocked on the platform. A dull echo rings out from behind. I'm guessing there's a hidden space behind this. Bingo, that means our next step is... Ada rummages through the altar and points the rapture core towards the platform. A platform slides open, revealing a hidden passageway beneath it. I'm going first. Ada grins and slips behind the platform. I peer in and I'm greeted by a staircase descending deep underground. Let's head down. Alright. Stay sharp. We don't know what's waiting for us down there. We walk down the long corridor when Ada, who's ahead of us, stops abruptly. What is it? See for yourself. As Ada steps aside, something piled in layers comes into view. From regular civilian clothing to work, school, police, nurse, military, and uniforms. A variety of clothes are piled up together. A name tag on one of the military uniforms suddenly catches my eye. Miles Carter. Are these the clothes worn by the missing? There's more. Ada gestures silently. Several mass-produced Nikkes lie collapsed beyond the pile of clothes. The condition of their bodies paints as a clear picture of what went down in here. A traitor hidden within the order. Suddenly, gunshots ring out. It's coming from below us. Polly, snap out of it. Polly! Deep in a corridor. Grrrr! Query. Fire the rocket launcher. Roger. Figures can be seen engaged in combat with a creature howling fiercely. Miranda and Query? But who are the other two? Do you know them? Yeah. Well, they look like they're in a tight spot. We should go help though. Out of nowhere, an axe flies from behind, striking the creature dead on. D charges forward to grab the axe, probably slamming it back into the creature's exposed core in its lower half. By the time D pulls the axe freeze again, the creature has ceased its shrieking. The door of the basement, where dark secrets lie hidden, has opened. Oh jeez, okay. Oh, there's Polly. I'll go check the shop. Oh yeah, this one. Alright. Keep going. So I need another one. Alright. Wonder what's down here first. Oop, camera angles. Traitor. Well, Polly's in trouble. Polly, are you awake? Miranda? Are you hurt? And Query? What are you two doing here? Deepara! Now's not the time to be standing around. Deepara's headed to the surface. Calm down, Polly. You don't look so good. Polly attempts to stand up, but promptly drops back down. It's clear she's suffering a great deal with her while trapped here. Commander, you're here too? I see some unfamiliar faces here. About that. This is Jill and Claire. They were escaping from Raccoon City when their vision turned blurry. The next thing they knew, they ended up in this mansion. What? So they got dragged from another world through the D-Wave too. Everyone mind if I say something? I explain the D-Wave in detail. So that's why things aren't adding up. Another world. But we can still return to our own world, right? Sure, what we gotta do is wake up the gatekeeper. Then let's go and get this gatekeeper thing out of bed. Before we do that, there's something I want to ask. Does Umbrella Corporation also exist in this world? Umbrella Corporation? Yes, it seems like Umbrella Corporation is behind what happened in the mansion. No, I don't believe I ever heard of Umbrella Corporation in our world. Those documents we found in the mansion are the only data we have on Umbrella. But we'll have to dig a little deeper to get the full picture. So they don't exist here. But then why? Claire. Let's hold off on waking up the gatekeeper from now on. Why? You heard him. Although we don't know precisely what's going on, it's clear that Umbrella has some kind of influence on this world. We can't let this stand. We have to make things right before leaving. Make things right? Claire looks at Query. You said your colleagues followed Deepera all the way here, right? And we gotta find them. Both Deepera and your colleagues. And everyone else who's gone missing. After that, we need to make sure they'll never be able to do this again. I'm sick of watching viruses rob people of what's precious to them. Do you think we can really handle this situation on our own? Come on, Query. I believe in you. Are you saying you don't have faith in me? If we leave things like this, it'll bug me endlessly. I won't be able to focus on finding my brother. Alright. Might as well give it a shot. So where do we begin? Hold up. I really think everyone's offering their help. But there is still something left to verify. Verify? Yes. I still haven't heard that person's introduction. Polly's eyes drift towards Dee, who is sitting silently in the corner. At some point, without me noticing, she has changed into a police uniform. Agent Winters, BST. BST. Biohazard Strike Team. we deal with any incidents involving the Ark and involving biohazards. After merging with the ACPU, we've been tasked to deal with the current incident involving the virus. My, very impressive. Effective immediately, I'll be joining your team. I presume I can count on your cooperation. Commander will be personally leading this operation. Huh? Is there a problem, Commander? It seems Dee doesn't want anyone to know that she's with Perla Siege. I'll play along for now. We could use any help you can give us, Polly. Okay, I'll do my best. I'm kind of in a rough shape though, so I might need some assistance from you all. I believe that covers all the introductions. Shall we move on, Commander? Right. Okay, let's go over the situation again. And share what we've found in the mission so far.
We've got no other choice. I've got to reload. Cover me. Target eliminated. Hold on.
Let's get this party started! Take cover!
I'm glad you're safe. Mission complete.
We've got no other choice. I've got to reload. Cover me.
Target eliminated.
This ends here.
Police Officer Polly is here. Let me be your escort. You did well, Commander.
Torch of Salvation, a cult that refers to raptures as judges descended from the heavens, who will guide all foolish mortals to their reckoning, and the cult firmly believes that it will lead them to salvation in the process. The founder of this group is Sierra 9. She was reportedly in despair as her husband, a former commander, remains comatose. It is believed that she received a rapture core from an unknown individual, which served as the catalyst for the cult's founding. After establishing the Torch of Salvation, El Sierra enticed patients and visitors at the counseling center to join the cult. They began holding regular gatherings at a mansion in the Outer Rim. Some cultists were even sent to the surface and offered as sacrifices to the Raptures. All individuals who went missing in the past 2 weeks have been linked to the Torch of Salvation. Clothes were found at the entrance of the Reformation Chamber, and the timeline of the disappearances coincidences with the D-Wave incident. The disappearances begin after cult members were used as test subjects during the development of the Neovirus. The Neovirus, building upon the T-Virus which hails from another world. It is synthesized by refining a holy elixir extracted from the Rapture's body. This particular Rapture is located at coordinates RAC 10.1. When injected into organic tissue matter, the virus significantly enhances physical and regenerative abilities. However, side effects include bodily deterioration, significant cognitive decline, and increased violent tendencies. Spreading the neovirus within the Ark to incite chaos, and using the resulting confusion to allow the Raptures in, was all part of the Torch of Salvation's plans. This operation was codenamed Reborn Evil. If the situation is not resolved within 2 hours, Blaze Out will initiate a full-scale purge. Does about sum it up? It sounds like we've settled on a plan. We're here to put a stop to the Project Reborn Evil. Is that it? When you put it like that, it sounds simple enough. It sure doesn't feel that way to me. Still, all we can do is try. With these many super cops in our midst, I'm sure things will work out somehow. Yeah, everything will turn out fine, somehow. But who exactly is a super cop you're talking about? I think that's everything for now. We need to figure out how to stop Project Reborn evil from taking place. First, we stopped Neovirus from spreading outside the mansion. Second, we resolved the Ratchets from infiltrating the Ark. These two are what really matters. You mentioned earlier that there's the way to the lab. Yeah, we came down on that side. Makes sense. If it's alright with you, I'll handle the virus. Huh? I got a few ideas in mind. But it's a plan that requires Agent Winters from BST. What do you say, Winters? What, do you want to try your luck with me? Agent Winters, are you up to it? No issues on my end. Alright then, I'll leave the virus to Ada and Agent Winters. As for the Raptures. About the Raptures. There's something I wanted to share. What's that? Well, I was caught by the cultists not long after sneaking into the mansion. So I'm embarrassed to say I didn't discover anything noteworthy. But I did come across something that could serve as a clue. And what's that? Basically, up until a moment ago, Piera was being held here with me. But the cult leader came and took her away, just before all of you arrived. While she was here, I heard her say something. All preparations are complete. It's time to head to the surface to face our reckoning. Winters, do you happen to know if there's an abandoned elevator nearby? There's one elevator left, but it's supposed to be decommissioned. Coordinates? I'll ask my partner to send it over right away. Alright, do it fast as you can. While Ada and Winters are handling the virus, the rest of us will make sure the cult leader doesn't make it to the surface. Oh no. That noise. I knew things wouldn't be this easy. Polly, can you move? I'll be fine. You go on ahead. I can at least buy us some time.
Enemy sighted!
One sec. I need you to take point for a moment.
Hold on a moment. Target.
Shall we? Let's get this party started! You did well, Commander!
I told you it was okay to go ahead. Why did you two decide to stay? Because you can't even stand up properly right now. I could say the same about you, Miranda. I'm fine. Uh-oh. Ugh. The thunderous sound echoing down the passage grows closer. This feels like a nightmare. Wouldn't you agree, Miranda? Yes, wait. Huh? I said this feels like something out of a nightmare. Which part exactly? Aren't you going to pinch me to make sure I'm not dreaming? Are you sure you're okay? You're shaking pretty badly. That sound keeps reminding me of something. That abomination we ran into earlier. And all of those things we saw in the lab. They keep popping in my head. And my body just keeps shaking. It's all very scary, isn't it? Yeah. I figured. It's not too late. You can still leave and catch up with the others if you want. We'll take care of the creature. That's right. You don't have to stay behind just because of me. But before, when the Ark was in danger, there was something you said, Polly. That we are police officers. Protecting civilians and keeping the Ark safe. That's what the police officers are meant to do. That's why I'm choosing to stay behind. In order for the others to solve problems at hand. Someone needs to keep the creature distracted. Only then we can protect civilians and keep the Ark safe. I mean, not be able to stop the trembling, but... Polly places a hand on top of Miranda's head. Thanks, Miranda, for choosing to stay behind for that reason. I'm so glad. Looks like there's some solid cops in this world too. Miranda. You were asking earlier who the super cop was. Yes, I'm still curious about that. Well, I don't think we need to look any further. Huh? From one super cop to another. Let's take care of this. Let's take this thing down.
Engaging.
I've got to reload. Cover me. 1 sec. I need you to take point for a moment.
Reloading. I repeat, reloading.
Reloading.
To reload. Let me catch my breath. You did well, Commander.
Beneath these acts, the grotesque creature that attacked the lab lets out its final cry. Aren't you done yet? Patience is a virtue. D, your boyfriend might not like it if you act that way. Or should I say, Winters. When it's just us, you can call me D. D yanks the axe out of the core and glances towards Ada. Despite the pitched battle occurring right beside her, Ada, without much as a glance, remains hunched over at her computer terminal, typing furiously at the keyboard. Judging by the countless black windows and lines of command being input, it seems he's trying to hack in. If this isn't going to work, say it now. We need to come up with another plan. Yeah. Ada resumes clacking away at the keyboard. Deeming herself incapable of contributing to the computer, D heads towards the incubation chamber. Corpses lie scattered outside the broken chamber, across a sea of shattered glass. They are a horrific sight, but D gazes at them unflinchingly. He reads the names written on each hospital gown out loud, one by one. Edward Monroe, Lily Monroe, Break. It's as if she is making a vow to remember them all. Once finished, she then approaches the grotesque creature that she's just taken down. Ugh. Her axe carves an arc through the air, leaving a black streak. The creature is cleaved in two. The upper body of the mass-produced Nikke and the lower limbs of a rapture. The dog tags are... Found him. BH1996322. Ada, who has been typing away at the keyboard, suddenly froze. What is it? Just curious what you are doing. Are you looking for someone? No. Then what then? I'm memorizing their names so I can verify them when we get back to the Ark. That way I can find out who they were. And I need to find out why they came to believe in the torch of salvation. And all the things they've done along the way. Before I can make an objective and judgment about their deaths. That's the only way. Only by knowing what led all this can we prevent a second torch of salvation from rising. Can I ask you something? Does working behind a wall of anonymity ever get tiring? If you were to die, no one would ever know what you've done. Or that you've had these thoughts. It doesn't matter. If my actions tip the cosmic scales even slightly towards the side of good, I'll do whatever it takes for justice. More importantly, there's someone now who will remember me. Someone who will remember you. That's great. Enough talk. Let's finish this. That reminds me. Ada pulls up a new window on the monitor. At the bottom of the document titled Project Reborn Evil. Evil purified in 0923. 0923. 0923. The countdown that has been ticking down has come to a halt. The Neo virus won't spread to the Ark. I've also wiped all data related to the T virus, so don't worry too much. You could have told me that earlier, you know. I'll take that as a thank you. Now then. Ada stretches and begins rummaging through the pockets of the researchers lying motionless beside the computer. Why don't we see what kind of people we're dealing with? Hey D, did you know? Usually... Sorry. Usually among researchers like these, there's always bound to be one that still has a tiny shred of conscience left. Enough to stash a vaccine somewhere. Out of nowhere, Ada reveals a vaccine sample in her hand. Now that I've got a hold of this, our deal's complete. Our deal? Without another word, Ada begins to head out the lab. Ada? You sure you don't need to go? To check in on your boyfriend, I mean? I guess I should. As Dee exits the lab, a cool breeze brushes past her ear. Ada is perched on the windowsill of an open window. Take this. Ada tosses something. What's this? His USB drive adorned with ornate engravings. A pair of perfectly balanced scales is etched into the surface. Consider it payment for your honesty. Well then, with that, Ada fires a hookshot and vanishes out the window.
Let's get this show on the road.
One sec. I need you to take point for a moment. Reloading. This ends here.
Police Officer Polly is here. Let me be your escort. We won! We actually won!
Behind the mansion, along the path leading to the elevator, a veritable amount of garbage is piled up. Ugh. It reeks. Can't believe they put a trash dump right behind the mansion. How do they stand being so close to the stench? Guess they get used to it. What? The residents here pick up through the heaps of trash dumped from the Ark, searching for anything they can salvage. They make a living selling what they find. You must learn to live with the smell if you want to survive out in the outer rim. Let me get this straight. They make ends meet by selling trash dumped from the Ark and putting up the smells like this. Is the reality people face in this world? Yes. Reality is unforgiving no matter where you go. Query? Query fidgets with her rocket launcher in silence. Hey Query. Yes? A penny for your thoughts? Oh. I'm just thinking. Is it really okay? Is what okay? I can't help but think that someone other than me should have tagged along. Someone with more field expertise, like Ancient Winters from BST. Or someone who's more suited for combat. You were blasting things left and right with that rocket launcher. And now you second guess yourself? Before this, most of what I've done had been administrative work. Except under special circumstances, Polly or Miranda typically handle field operations, saving all the humanity. Such a moment task is better left to someone else, not me. Come on, none of that stuff matters. I was just an ordinary college student, but I survived Raccoon City, and now I'm surviving just fine here too. It's what in here that counts, our hearts. Claire lightly taps her chest with a fist. Watching Claire, Query mutters quietly. That's what counts? You came all this way to this dangerous place because you wanted to save your friend. And not only did you rescue Polly, you did it with style. That means you can save Diapara too. Hell, you can even save all of humanity. You got what it takes. You think so? Of course. And there's more good news. What's that? You're not alone, because you've got me. So, that's comforting, right? A faint smile crosses Query's face at Claire's playful words. Yeah, I feel really assured. See? So what's inside that counts? What's inside? Ugh. Query grips the launcher tightly with what seemingly like newfound resolve. Shall we keep moving? Yes. I spot the elevator Kay told us about in the distance. Here too, huh? We can't catch a break, can we? In front of the elevator stood more of the same creatures we've been fighting all this time. Query lifts her loaded rocket launcher. I'll take the lead. After the battle in front of the elevator. Elsira 9 lies on the ground in a heap. Her abdomen is torn open. It looks like one of those monsters got to her. Life falls into oblivion, into turmoil. Cruel distortion of all things sacred. Cold metallic judges descend. Do not resist. The end is nigh. Guide these foolish mortals. Elsira 9. The plan and the torch salvation put together is doomed to fail. Fail? That's right. Doing this won't save anyone. Evens like you wouldn't understand. Just you wait. On the day of reckoning, we'll see who is saved. Death is the path to salvation. Death is the path that leads to salvation. Death is salvation. With tending to the delirious cult leader's wounds, Query shakes her head. Suddenly, the cult leader starts speaking to someone other than those who must present. Her eyes lose focus and their light gradually dims. You're waiting for me, aren't you? I told you, Diapara and I would come. We'd return to the happy days we once had and receive salvation with Diapara. Diapara's in the elevator. What have I done? The elevator. Inside the elevator, countless homemade explosives cover the floor. 1425, 1424, 1423. A countdown display in the center ticks down 1 second at a time like a time bomb. In addition to the bombs, I spot Diapara lying on the floor. Claire, don't. It's too dangerous. Query holds back Claire, who was about to rush into a array of bombs, but countless bombs. Time was slowly ticking down, and Diapara lying in the middle of it all. Claire's eyes dart back and forth before she shuts him down. Then, seemingly recalling someone, she utters a name. The young girl she met in her own world. Sherry. I'm sorry, Query. Claire shakes off Query, ignoring the bombs. Jera rushes towards Diapera. Are you okay? Diapera remains limp and doesn't respond. She's still breathing. Distinct needle marks can be seen on Diapera's shoulder. No. Claire, fall back now. She might be affected by the virus. I don't care. I can't leave her like this. And even if she's affected, as long as there's a vaccine, we'll be able to treat her somehow. I don't know if a vaccine exists in this world, but it's better than giving up on her without doing anything. It's always better to put a fight. Is this what you're looking for? Ada holds up a syringe filled with a red liquid. That's... I told you I wouldn't let the Neo virus leave this mansion, right? You better use it quickly. And I do mean quickly. We should probably do something about these explosives while we're at it. Oh, I'll do it. I've memorized all procedures for handling explosives circulated in the Ark. Alright, once they're taken care of, I think we have done everything we can here. Wouldn't you agree? Yeah, looks like it. Deborah, can you hear me? Don't move. I'm going to give you something that'll help you. It's going to sting a little. Looks like we have a few loose ends to tie up. Loose ends such as Rack 10.1, the location where the virus components are found. If you want to put an end to all of this, we'll need to take care of that too. Exactly. Once things settle down here, we'll take care of it. Well then, since our deal hasn't concluded, guess this is where I make my exit. Oh, right. That woman, El Sierra 9, was it? She was hiding under something important. I suggest you look into it. You might find something interesting. Well then, I'll leave it to you. Be sure to make the right decisions. Ada. By the moment I turned around, Ada was already gone. The inside of the elevator is in complete disarray. Elsa 9's vision fades, and memories of the past flash before her eyes. Gathering at the dinner table every evening to talk about our day. All of us sprawled out, watching TV together in comfort. The quiet little conversations we've had before falling asleep. Memories of those happier days begin to fade and are replaced by new ones. Her husband's hospital room, where she stood witnessing his final moments. The eyes of El Sierra 9 and those of her husband's lock.
Let's get this show on the road.
I've got to reload. Cover me. Reloading. Next. This ends here.
Police officer Polly is here. Let me be your escort.
One sec. I need you to take point for a moment.
I'm going to reload. Cover me.
Hold on a moment.
Shall we? Let's get this party started. Oh, that was easy.
2 hours, 3 minutes, and 50 seconds. You're 3 minutes and 50 seconds behind schedule. What were you planning to do if I haven't held up Blaze out at the outer rim entrance? Okay. Okay, it gives a subdued wave. Her body is slightly singed in several places. What happened to you? Oh, this. Ran into a real nasty piece of work. But don't worry, my cover's still intact. Anyway, I've heard Jazz. Sounds like things are pretty much wrapped up at your end. Yeah. Oh, look at that face. I take it things didn't pan out well. What about the cult leader in Diapara? Over there. Kay sees Diapara sobbing, her arms wrapped around her knees. Kay furrows her brow upon seeing the cult leader collapse nearby. You're right. Things ended badly. Still, if her expression is any indication, I say the cult leader paid for her sins. What did you decide about the mansion? He lays out plans to torch the place along the nearby residential areas. Told me to get out before it's too late. Have you decided there's no point leaving it standing? Well, I guess. Be it the Neo-virus or the torch of salvation. It seems they are nipping both in the bud for good. Maybe they want to bury the fact that any of this has ever happened. I already checked. There aren't any survivors. So don't make that face. Thanks. Speaking of which, where are our commander and the others? I thought you were with him. They went to the surface. Said they are ending this mess. Why did you follow them? I got something to wrap up here. And what's that? They said Ada vanished the moment she handed over the vaccine sample. I'm going after her. So yeah, I'm heading off now. Make sure you look after Diapara. Later. What? Hey, do I look like a babysitter? D steps out of the mansion. To you? Upon reaching the surface, we head towards the coordinates. Rack 10.1. Jill is intently studying a scripture. It is a scripture that Elsera clung on to until her dying breath. Thus spoke the Lord, salvation lies beneath the merciless judges. Imbibe the holy elixir and cast off the sins of your mortal flesh. Be reborn as a greater being. Doesn't seem like anything particularly noteworthy. Yeah, just seems these strange prayers from the start. Upon turning a page, Jill's drawers dropped in surprise. What is it? Jill turns the scripture towards me. Something is inscribed in red lettering. Rack 10.1. Beneath the merciless judges. The altar where the holy elixir the judge flows. There is a revelation. Revelation? What revelation? Could it be something that's written after? Jill continues to skim through the scripture. Apparently, some documents appeared one day, scattered around the altar. The research papers detailing the T-virus experiments we saw earlier. The believers of the Torch of Salvation regarded this as a way to fulfill their destiny. A revelation from God. Umbrella will pave the way forward for us. After these initial sentences, all that this follows is writing praising Umbrella Corporation. It didn't have access to any information about the D-Wave or the other worlds, so they defined those Umbrella documents as holy relics. Since to them, the information they needed suddenly materialized out of nowhere. Looks like we got our answer. Those that got caught in the D-Wave and crossed over wasn't just us, but those documents too. That seems to be the case. Kay said she handled disposing all of those documents. Well, now that's cleared up. Let's focus on the task at hand. Seems we have arrived to where it all began. How awful. Yeah. A monster ruins a spot on an altar in the distance. Several unarmed bodies are sprawled around it. Their expressions are peaceful. I assume that's the target. An enormous raptor stands behind the bodies, looking strangely out of place. It remains motionless as if rooted to the ground. Commander, requesting permission to engage. I show it as Polly. You shall go back to the Ark with Diapara. I'm sure. I'm totally fine. Miranda and Query are here after all. And we've got Jill and Claire too. That's right. The super cops are all assembled. You're really fixated on that word, aren't you? It's probably because no one's ever called her that before. Alright. Commence engagement. Okay then, let's do this. It may look like it's lodged in the ground, but all the same, don't let your guard down. We don't know what it's capable of. Understood. Encounter. Whoa, whoa, what the hell is this thing?
This ends.
Police Officer Polly is here. Let me be your escort.
Reloading.
Hold on a moment.
Party started.
A big blowy monster.
Cover me.
No, ain't that a familiar surprise.
Reloading. Cover me. This ends here. Reloading. I gotta reload.
Party started.
Gotta reload. Cover me. Reloading. One sec. I need you to take point for a moment.
I'm going to reload.
Hold on a moment. Target identified.
Shall we? Party started.
One sec. I need you to take point for a moment.
I'll make more efforts. Whoa, we're filled with power. Shall we? Reload. Let's get this party started.
Target
Reloading. Let me catch my breath.
This ends.
Let's party started. Well, that was easy.
With a thunderous crash, the rapture collapses. Good work, everyone. Phew. That's a wrap up on this whole virus mess, right? An ominous looking fluid seeps from the raptor's carcass. That must be the fluid the Torch of Salvation regards as the holy elixir of the judge. To make sure we don't have a repeat of this incident, it's probably best if we send it to MMR for analysis. I'll request investigation into this. We can't let something like this ever happen again. The ACPU will keep a close eye on it. We'll make sure this mess doesn't take place again. That's reassuring. I'm glad the Ark has people like you looking after it. Heh. We've got to do our best so that our citizens can feel safe. That's right. We'll work even harder so I won't be nervous next time. I'm rooting for you. So we all have to do is take down the raptors called Gatekeeper, right? Where do we find it? I'm more warmed up. Let's go in there and finish this fast. About that. I have a question. Yes. Have you two always been this radiant? A light is emanating from Jill and Claire's bodies. That can only mean one thing. Gatekeeper has awakened. Jill and Claire, it's time to go home. Wait, they're leaving? Just like that? After going all through that, you don't even get to see the Ark? It's alright. I fulfilled my duty as a cop. Protect civilians and defend the Ark. That alone is reason enough for me to end up in this world. Wouldn't you agree, Miranda? Yes. You're right. Thank you for everything. Miranda salutes Jill and Claire with pride. Seeing as Polly and Query mirrors Miranda and salutes to them too. Despite the confusion of being thrust into another world, the three of you still went out of your way to help us. You never gave up. You never folded in the face of danger. And for that, I can't thank you enough. It's the least we can do. Now you're making me blush. By the way, Query, I'm counting on you to look after Diapara. Take good care of her. She's going to feel pretty alone. Got it. Leave it to me. And Winters, was it? Send her my regards as well. I certainly will. Well then, seems like it's time to go. Claire waves and Jill salutes in silence as their bodies become enveloped in light. Soon the light dissipates and the two women vanished. In the back alley of the Outer Rim, in the distance, a mansion is ablaze. Didn't expect to find you here. I want to see how everything is wrapped up. You are late. I thought you'd showed up a little sooner. Ada holds something up and waves it. It's the tracker deplanted. So you knew. So, what can I do for you? Kay told me. Joe and Claire got pulled into this world through a D-wave only a few hours ago, but you've been in the Ark for 2 weeks now. That's right. Had a nice little tour of the Ark. A fascinating place. More to it than I expected. What kind of deal did you make with X? You know perfectly well I won't answer that. A moment later, Ada's body is enveloped in light. I guess we'll have to cut our conversation short. Since you came all your way out here, let me give you a little parting gift, D. People like us, who work in the shadows, we must always have an ace hidden up our sleeve, ready to use whenever we need it. Catch my drift? Well, no parting words. Thanks. I appreciate you helping us see this through. Well then, see you around. Take care, D. In an instant, Ada is gone, leaving D alone in the back alley. An ace up the sleeve. D's hand is the USB Ada gave her. Is that why you gave this to me? D soon disappeared into the shadows. The threat of the torch of salvation has been repelled. The people from the other world have left.
I'm glad you're safe. Mission complete. I'm glad you're safe. Mission complete.
Alright. Well, that's the end of that.